aspect of the first ever inaugural Preventative Health Awareness Month. I got to tell you, this has been a dream of mine for over 5 years. It's been a work in progress for over 30. And I'm humbled, grateful, and blown away by the number of people, you're a testament to that, who have put their hand up and said, Mark, I want to be part of this. And I am so excited to get this launched. This is just the beginning. We are on a big mission together. I can't do this alone. And I am so excited to help stock the preventative health toolboxes of Canadians across the country, allowing each and every one of us to connect with one another, learn from one another, grow with one another, and create legacy change. So I'm going to talk in a few moments about how that's going to work, what the month is going to look like. But I wanted to first draw your attention to the upper left-hand corner. So this hub that you're in, can everybody just mute themselves so there's no feedback? Anybody that's got their microphone, thank you. So hub will be open to the public. And I encourage you to share the link in your social media. I encourage you to, if you're doing email blasts or whatever way that you connect with your clients, your patients, your community, please feel free to share this. Thanks to the collaboration, partnership, and generosity of Troy Colmer from Sober Athletic Wear. Troy has generously donated his money to make this space available to us and to all Canadians for the next month. You're going to get to meet Troy in a few minutes. But what I love about this space as well, on the upper left-hand corner, is this wall of fame of all the ambassadors, and it's not completed yet. It will be by February 1st. When we asked for your picture and your bio or a link to your social media or your website, this was why. Because we want, whenever you're interacting on, whether it be Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or wherever you are in social media, you can send people to the hub, and even if someone comes into the hub and they haven't connected with you, they're going to be able to click on your picture and it will take them to your website or take them to your social media so they can make a connection directly for you. It's my way of highlighting the incredible people that have stepped up and want to contribute to this campaign, because as I said, this is not about me. And it's also my hope tonight, all of us to meet together, learn from one another, refer to each other. And as this campaign builds momentum over the years to come, we will look back on tonight and we'll be really proud of the legacy that we're about to be part of. So I am beyond excited. Progress over perfection, I got to admit. I'm a little overwhelmed, but I'm going to talk about a few people that have been working tirelessly behind the scenes to help me make this happen. Mario is one of them. Mario has organized this space for us and is the one that's been helping me navigate and get everything in here, including logos and sponsors and all the rest. And over the course of the next month, we're going to have a lot of fun. The more we engage with one another, engage with the content, and get to know one another, you'll feel more comfortable, perhaps, with sharing the other ambassadors' work as we walk through this campaign. So as Mario said, we're now going to move into the stage area where I'm going to take the stage, and then we'll move to the next part of tonight's presentation. Join me up, further up. You guys are getting the hang of this. You're navigating well. So welcome to the stage area of the hub, the CEO of your health hub. You'll see, and I want to be very clear about this, I'm very honored and excited that this Preventative Health Awareness Month has been officially recognized by Health Canada. So what does that mean? As of February the 1st, the minute you become the CEO of your health website is live, which we'll talk about in a moment. A link will be on the Health Canada website, their calendar of health promotion days. One of the reasons, as I mentioned in my emails to all of you, that I wanted to do this is because when I looked at the calendar of events on the promotion days, it was all about disease. And don't get me wrong, we need to support people with education and resources when they've had a diagnosis. But what was so crystal clear to me 5 years ago was that what was really missing who I was going to try to do it with. I was determined to do this regardless of whether they recognized it or not. But the timing has never been more important. Our healthcare system is in crisis. We've all known that for a very long time. But I think more importantly, Canadians are waking up to their wellness, and they are ready to try to help themselves and be more accountable, be in the driver's seat or the CEO of their health, but they don't know where to begin. That's why all of you are here. And that's why this excites me. So you'll also see up here that there is a microphone, which I clicked on so that I could be speaking to you. This is going to be the space that if you are doing a webinar, or if you want to do a live demonstration, maybe you're doing a stretch class. Dr. Alfonsi, who is a doctor in obesity medicine and does a lot of work about food as medicine, food prescription, he's going to do his webinar in here. Dr. Andy Bush, a board certified orthopedic surgeon, is going to be doing on our Bone Health Day, which is February the 9th. He's going to be on the stage here. And of course, Canadians are invited to come free of charge into this space to be able to learn from all of you and to stock their toolbox. The other thing that I wanted to point out in and around the stage area, to the right-hand side, you will see these smaller rooms with televisions in them. So if you've created videos and sent them in, they're going to be playing on those TVs, so it's on demand. So we'll be sharing social media posts every day throughout the month of February, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But perhaps somebody missed, one of your posts. If they come into the hub, they can wander into one of those TV rooms, and whatever is playing on the TV, they're going to be able to learn from you on demand at their convenience, and that will be up all month long. If you look to your left, you'll see, thanks to Global Coin Solutions, you can see Global Coin Solutions, we're going to talk about in a moment, but there's these other little consult rooms. This is so cool. Say you're having conversation or interacting on a post in social media, and this provides you with an opportunity to have private conversation. So with perhaps somebody, a client or potential client, or a Canadian that's asking a question about what you're educating on, you can invite them to the hub. And when you go in to one of these rooms, which I'll show you in a minute, you can have a private one-on-one conversation and no one else in the space can hear you. Mario, can you maybe speak up? I'll stop broadcasting. If you could speak up and just let everybody know about the speech bubbles, and to make sure that they understand how they can have private conversations. You don't know one another. You're coming from different pillars of wellness. You're coming from different backgrounds. And I think it's really important that we understand who we're collaborating with, and to get to know one another. So in a couple of minutes, I'd just love for you to, I'll call your name, and you're going to go up to the seat that I'm at. You're going to click the little button, so this way you can learn how to do it. And I just want you to say your name, who you are, what you do, and I really want to know why you wanted to be part of Preventative Health Awareness Month. Melanie has been working tirelessly behind the scenes. There's her beautiful face, helping me write copy, get social media templates done so they'll be branded, so they'll look consistent. We're working on the hashtags, which will let you know what those hashtags are. You can expect an email from me tomorrow with hashtags, because I want to track the engagement that all of us have over the next month, because I plan on writing a report that I'm going to share with Health Canada. I've also engaged local government, and there's going to be proclamations made that certain communities are actually saying that February is Preventative Health Awareness Month. My goal is that over the next few years, every province and every town will declare Preventative Health Awareness Month in February, and we were going to be part early January to start to plan this event, and did it, with an open heart and an open mind. And so there's so many people that are making this happen. So I just wanted to thank them publicly. And as we grow, I'm hoping that we'll get funding and we'll be able to have more people join and do this as we move, and show not only Canadians, but our government what we can do differently to help provide resources and to help Canadians get into the driver's seat of their health. So without further ado, I will give because I'm actually going to contribute to the campaign as well. All of you know probably who I am now, but Margaret Wallace Duffy. I was the owner of Wallace for Wellness, an award-winning preventative and integrative wellness clinic that operated for 30 years. My background's in kinesiology from the University of Waterloo. I'm a proud massage therapist, internationally certified with infants, and I've done my professional designation as a consultant in aging. So I'm going to be contributing to the different pillars. As you know, we've got 4 different pillars. Each week of the month we'll have different themes, which we will be sticking to, and then different focus days, which each of you have chosen to contribute to some, and many of you have offered to contribute to all the pillars, which is amazing. So you know why I started this, you know how humbled I am that you're here, and what I'd like to do now is just to ask you one by one, and it doesn't have to be a long spiel, but one by one I'm going to call your name, and you can just click to come up to the stage, hit the microphone so you can just say hello to everybody, introduce yourself, tell us your background, why you're here, and why you wanted to be part of preventative health awareness. So I'm going to stop broadcasting.
So much for pulling this all together, and everybody that's been working so hard. I am the owner and CEO of Truly Connected, which is really a consciousness coaching program. I have personally experienced mental health challenges over the course of probably 20 years, loving my loved ones with addiction, which through my own challenges, my own suffering, my own finding my way through our healthcare system, really felt empowered and ready to share the things that I learned through my own transformation to reclaim my own health and find the peace and happiness that I was looking for. So this community, I think, is going to be such a huge gift to stock Canadians' toolboxes with empowering tools, empowering professionals to help them find, because there's so many people that are seeking and there's just too much of a gap. So this is what I am excited about, is closing the gap, because I know with my loved ones, with my family members, with myself, it was a struggle to find what I was looking for. And I'm really excited to be able to offer my services, helping families that are struggling with a loved one with addiction to find tools for themselves, to help themselves heal so that they can really show up for their loved ones empowered, healthy, and strong. And that's where the opportunity to collectively heal. And I think that's why we're all here. So excited for the journey ahead.
Thank you, Jen. Megan, if you could go next, please. We'd love to see your face if you could.
Okay, so I don't get to go on the stage, is that what you're saying? I'm just kidding.
You deserve the stage, Meg, but we'll let you have the
floor.
No,
I'm definitely not. My face isn't even on the ambassador board yet for various reasons, but hello everyone, and I'm really excited to be part of this. I've been saying to a couple of people tonight, I feel like I'm in the metaverse, or I'm in I don't know, what's that, Minecraft. I'm in a Minecraft game. But I feel like this is the future of our meetings. It's kind of cool. So Marg and I have known each other for a really, really long time, and I'm super excited that I get to collaborate with her. I am the person who is doing some bone scans with the Echolate machine, and Marg and I are actively moving through communities, and well, right now we're only in Ontario, but hopefully hoping to move on to other provinces to bring this technology to communities there. What else can I say, Marg?
No, I think that's great. You're a sonographer and you're passionate about preventative health, and that's why we're here. We're going to change
Absolutely.
the way we look at, literally not waiting till bones are broken. We want to get people before they break and help give them the tools to prevent osteoporosis and osteopenia. And I couldn't be more excited to be doing that with you. So welcome, Megan.
Thanks.
Lynn Gunson, you're next.
Hi there. Can you see me?
I sure can.
Okay, all right. Lynn Gunson, registered massage therapist from Tara, Ontario. So Sable Beach, Port Elgin, we're in that area. I've been in practice for 14 years, and obviously registered massage therapy is in that preventative health spectrum. So I firmly believe in what Marg is doing. I'm excited for her, and I'm thankful that she's doing it. Along with being a registered massage therapist, I am currently developing my wellness center. So I've had the privilege of already hosting a bone scan clinic with Megan and Mark, and also just getting ready to host a neuroscientist and be able to offer my community more preventative health tools to help them in their journey of preventative health. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thrilled you're here. Nancy and Jess, we've got a duo there, and I love it, a dynamic duo. Hi, ladies. Can we unmute yourself? There you go.
There we are. Hi, everyone. We're Nancy and Jess. Do you want me to go first? Okay. I have been listening to Mark for well over 30 years. So, you know, I am just right along this path with her, and I'm so excited for her and everything that this, you know, that your dream coming to fruition. And that was actually part of my reason for wanting to be part of this. But also, I'm an advanced EFT practitioner and a life coach. And, you know, I just see what people deal with. And in my own journey through health challenges of my own and in my family and with my parents, and you know, just there's so much information out there, and if we just knew more, we could, you know, we could take more action and stop some of these from even having to get to the point where we're dealing with some of these things. And I just think that's so important. And so it's really cool to see all of you here and to be collaborating with everyone and learning from everyone. I'm so excited. I've been putting the content up into the you know, organizing the content. And I want to read it all, but I can't because I have to get it all in there. And you guys are doing such a great job. I'm really happy and excited for everyone here.
Thanks.
I'm Jessie, the second part of the duo. I'm a physiotherapy student at Amassador University, and so I'm coming to you from a pediatric lens. I have an interest in pediatric care, and I think I offer unique experiences in the sense that I'm doing research every day at the university. We're learning every day. We're reading all the new articles, and preventative health is really on the cusp of being something great, and so important for so many different communities and different professions to take a part in. So I'm just really excited to get to join as I enter my profession.
Well, and thank you, Jess. And you are the future, and so we're thrilled that the next generation. This is really important. So thank you for being involved, and we want to hear your voice through this. Love it, Jeff Martin.
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet some of you, and I see some familiar faces. And Marg, I want to thank you for doing this, bringing us all together. My story, well, I live in Georgetown. I'm the co-founder of Soul Life. Before Soul Life, it started with a health crisis, and I'm sure, just like as Nancy was saying, and many other I meet along the way, I'm sure like many here tonight, my career took a twist, and it was because of poor health, and I wasn't aware of that. And it was a wake-up call, and I feel like it's my calling now, as to, you know, I sometimes say I don't know whether I chose the healthcare field or it chose me, but it all began with a health crisis that I was suffering a number of symptoms, which then forced me to look for answers to get the help I needed that I wasn't getting from the traditional, you know, healthcare system. So I became a holistic health practitioner. I specialize in holistic analysis. What that means is using a number of ancient techniques to analyze the body, most of which are visual. So I do iridology, sclerology, tongue and teeth analysis, face, ears, fingernails, along with a series of applied kinesiology and acupressure points. And when somebody comes to see me, I ask them not to tell me any of their symptoms or any of their medical history for a lot of reasons, because I'm not a medical doctor, but I believe I don't have the answers to their health challenges. I believe the body does. There's lots of signs and knowledge that works along with prevention, right? And so that's a big reason why I'm excited about this group and this initiative. Is a lot of my last 18 years has been in prevention and teaching people, whether they're a client of mine or a student of mine, is teaching them this basic set of knowledge that many of us, if not, very few of us, have the chance to get exposure to. So I want to continue to share share my journey, share my knowledge with others, and build upon that. Soul Life became sort of an output of that journey and of my practice, which was looking at common patterns. And those patterns were poor thyroid health and poor absorption. Now, there's many more aspects of health, as you all know, but those were two that seem to overlap time and time again with my practice. So Soul Life was born to help make a greater change, not just out of my clinic, but across the country and now into the US. So Soul Life is now operational out of Canada and the US. We have over 500 reps that represent Soul Life. Hopefully one day we get a chance to talk and I can share more on what makes our products exceptional and actually deliver results. So thank you, Marg.
Thank you. And yes, he's your mineral guy if you want to know about minerals, and his partner, who's a soil scientist and an organic farmer from Manitoba. So thank you, Jeff. Leanne, how about your next?
Thanks, Mark. Thank you. I am really excited and honored to be a part of this group. Like most of you, I've went through my own health challenges and figured it out kind of on my own by trial and error. And that's why this space exists. So I have a private gym in Acton, and I turned it into a wellness clinic whenever COVID hit. I've been here for 19 years. I've been in health and fitness for 40. I started over 40 years. I started when I was 18. And yeah, so and also during COVID too, what I was finding with so many clients that would pay me a lot of money to help them get their health back on track, that a lot of them would go back to their set point. And I always thought that there was something wrong with me, that, I just couldn't figure out that last piece of the puzzle. And then that's whenever I really dug deep into the mindset coaching and just understanding that everybody has a set point, just like a thermostat in the room. And yeah, okay, you're going to add a little bit of willpower and you're going to do the right things for your health, but bam, we're set. And just really helping people, there's nothing wrong with them, it's their programming. And that's another tool that I've come across in the last 5 years in the mindset space, is really helping people reprogram themselves, so that I actually have a program, I Am Health, that this then is their new normal. And I opened up a third business, and it's called The Wealthy, WELLTHY, The Wealthy Academy. And actually all 4 pillars are what we're talking about. Number 1 is mindset. Number 2 is how to nourish the body. Number 3, how to move the body. And then number 4, it's energy work. So I do dabble in the energy work, and I'm also a yoga instructor, and like Marg too, I'm an RMT. I've been an RMT for 20 years. So I'm just really excited to help as many people as I can. I just know that not all Canadians are educated in what's available to them, and I'm just so grateful and privileged to be part of this group. So thank you. Thank you, Marg. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Melanie, there's the wonderful Melanie who's working diligently behind the scenes. Melanie, do you want to say a few words?
Yeah, totally. Thank you. And thanks, Marg, for having me. And I'm so happy that our paths crossed over a year ago now. But just a little bit about me. So I run a company called Beyond Business Co. I work with purpose-driven, heart-centered businesses grow their business without burning out. So as entrepreneurs, we kind of all set out for two reasons to start our businesses, right? Like we want to make a difference, we want to make an income, and then we also want that freedom that entrepreneurship is supposed to give us. But then when we start building that business, we realize, oh my goodness, there's so much more that goes into this. And then the sacrifice starts to happen, right? It's like, okay, I have to choose between my family, my business, my life, and then you start making those choices. And sometimes the sacrifice can get to a certain point where it's burnout or it's guilt or it's frustration, right? So I help businesses simplify and streamline their business so they can scale without that burnout. So I do this by helping people create and design clear customer journeys. So this includes like your marketing, your processes, your website, your sales funnels, your social media, all the things that's going to drive traffic, generate leads, convert sales, deliver an amazing customer service and experience and result, and then that referral that's going to bring everything back. And then a second goal of it is that I help businesses, by doing all this, I help business owners and I give them the ability to now focus back on their zone of genius rather than being so fully into their business all the time. So they can scale, impact, income, all the fun things. And so I kind of came to this business and all that kind of stuff through my own journey, and all of us are kind of sharing a bit of our stories. But like growing up, my parents were entrepreneurs. They came into burnout and all that kind of stuff. And then over the last year, I, as an entrepreneur and going through my own, mental health challenges and a death in the family, realized, oh my goodness, like I really need this for myself, and I know I can help so many other people do this. So I bring the business aspect of things to the preventative health model of we're making an income, we're making an impact, but we don't want to sacrifice and burn out as the entrepreneur that's making that income and impact.
And I will tell you this, she's heart-centered because there's no budget for preventative health awareness month. And Melanie said, Margaret, I want to help you. So let's give her a round of applause because she's giving a lot.
And I'm happy to.
Thank you. Stephanie. Can we see your beautiful face, Steph?
No.
There you are.
Can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
Oh, okay. Actually, I can take these off. I'm hiding in my bathroom because it's the only place I can be quiet in my house with my family home. So I am a registered massage therapist. I have been practicing, actually this September coming up will be 19 years. I came across Margaret on a Facebook post about her Massage Hero Challenge, and I started a bit down a rabbit hole watching some of her videos, and it just really resonated with me. Being one of the massage therapists in our small town that has been practicing as long as I have, I've kind of been my own little lone wolf, I guess you could say. And so I had an amazing connection with Margaret. So my entire career has always, always, always been about preventative maintenance, preventative health, seeking chiropractic, massage, any sort of possible avenue to make sure that I'm living my best life and best health. And I would say a part of what I'm contributing to this is the power of communication and having those conversations, because we're not mind readers. We can only help people as much as what they're willing to tell us. And I think as registered massage therapists, we have this amazing ability to be such a large part of people's lives, to see their life in 360 for them in a lot of ways. And the ability to have so many people in my treatment room of all different ages, like doing this almost 19 years, I've followed so many people through their entire life cycles of having kids, raising children, retirement, having elderly parents, like all of these things. So for me, communication is important because I'm able to help them through sharing other people's experiences. And I think that's what I get a lot of, is the fact that every time someone comes, they always hear something new, and I feel like it's all about sharing. And when you let people know that they're not alone, you know, like I went through a phase where there's so many people that have like prolapses, and you know, I talked to one about it, and then all of a sudden there's like so many that their eyes get big, and they're like, oh, you know about this? And I'm like, well, I know a little bit. And then you start sharing. So I think the most exciting part about meeting Margaret is the fact that I finally feel like I've found this community of people that I can share and collaborate with, because I definitely feel like, literally, Margaret, your words, better together as one, like that is 100%, like all the things you say are always like everything I've always felt, but never have been able to put into words. So thank you.
Well, welcome and thank you. Maria. You there, Maria? There she is.
There we go. Can you hear me all right?
Sure can.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me here. There's such a great group of people and I'm learning so much already. I work for Adapt Home Healthcare, and I have a business on the side doing cancer exercise classes for cancer survivors and also cancer patients going through treatments. I started in home health care. Well, actually, I started in pharmacy years ago and then expanded into home health care in a pharmacy. With home health care, dealing with a lot of seniors, that's how I met Margaret in our seniors group, wasn't it, Margaret?
Sure was.
Yeah. And went to many events with Margaret, did a lot of events, and really got into a lot of different aspects of healthcare. When I started in healthcare, I did a lot of compression socks, mostly just for venous insufficiency, achy legs, the basic, and then went on to the compression for the lymphedema patients. So that's a whole other ball of wax there, because there's so many different causes for the lymphedema. Most of my patients are secondary lymphedema, and of course due to cancer. So I wanted to kind of expand things so that I could help my patients. I wish I had a therapist background, because then I could do bandaging and MLD and all that great massage stuff. But I knew that was going to be a lot of years of school. So what I did was I took the cancer exercise specialist and breast cancer recovery. And that's the way I'm helping my patients in the home health care. So I actually have hundreds of lymphedema patients that go through government funding in Ontario. And it's like a basic application. They renew it every 2 years. So I get a lot of patients.
And they love you.
I hope so. You get a really good bond with them when they're telling you their health history and what they go through. So it's different for everyone. I learned so much from my patients because they're all different, right? Yeah. And I thought this would be a good way, because a lot of the ways to get people better is all about health and preventative and what you eat and exercise, and I just love this concept. So I thought, oh, I wonder if Margaret will have me. And here I am.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and I'm thrilled you're here. And Joanne Ratte, another massage therapist who is highly trained, she's the go-to person in lymphatic drainage, is also part of, she's not here tonight, but she is one of the ambassadors. So I've already made that connection with you. Yeah. So it's already starting to happen. Connections are starting to happen. So thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
Michelle McVitie, Mom the Manager, Michelle McVitie. So good to see you.
Yes, so I am Michelle McVitie. I am a child life specialist and parenting coach. I am an author. I wrote the book I Quit, Oh Wait, I'm the Mom. So I am a self-care and mental health advocate. So I work in pediatrics. I've worked in pediatric medical and mental health for over 20 years. And I have my own business, parenting, doing one-on-one parent coaching. I have 3 on-demand courses for ADHD, strong-willed children, and parenting children with chronic illness. And I also work for a private practice, so I'm supervised by a psychologist. So it's a little bit different, but definitely pushing me outside of my comfort zone as far as more acute cases. So what I hope to be doing here is supporting parents and educating them and empowering them. I think a lot of times when they see their children, they see their behaviors, and with anxiety, FND, or conversion disorder, whatever you know it as, there's a lot of somatic pain that is coming from non-organic reasons, and there's things that we can do to feel more empowered. We're supporting our children, and a lot of us are looking for answers out there. We're looking for someone to talk to our 3-year-old or talk to our 10-year-old, and a lot of times it's really about empowering the parent. And it doesn't say that therapy and those things don't work, but you need to wrap around your child, and how we respond is really important. And also knowing what the system is and how it looks like. I still work in pediatric mental health, and I do see the difference when I worked in medical versus mental health. Medical health, whatever the doctor said, you did it. If the parent didn't comply, they took the child away. CAS got involved and they did what they needed to do. In mental health, it's a whole different ballgame. And a lot of the parents are struggling as well. So I want to empower parents, small bits of information to help them understand. And if they do need to be on a wait list, or if they do need to be asking for more things, who are those people? What does it look like? What do I do while I wait? I think my child has ADHD and they're 4, so I need a diagnosis. Well, you're not going to get a diagnosis probably until they're about 6 or 7. So what do we do in the meantime? So I really want to empower parents and help them understand what a psychiatrist is, that your medical doctor needs to know about your mental health and as well as your physical health. But we see it as 2 separate entities. And there's not a lot of funding for mental health for adults. And I think that's where a lot of the issues come from. We have a lot of somatic pain. We feel overwhelmed. I'm all about burnout as well, Melanie. Because we are on a cycle, and then you've got children that are struggling, then we're all struggling. So really empowerment, what to do while you're on a wait list, what supports do we need? And sometimes we're already doing the right things. We just need to be validated because our children don't always respond the way we expect. So knowing that you're on the right path and to stay consistent. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. And I also love to work with professionals as well. I do a lot of professional support. I work with psychiatry residents and social work residents and occupational students. So I love that piece. So working with professionals is also a huge part of my passion. ECEs, teachers, all that kind of thing. So I'm hoping to do a little professional and a little bit of the stuff with parents. So yeah, that's me.
We're thrilled to have you, Michelle.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yes. And Leslie Spicer. Can you unmute yourself? I know you're on your phone, which makes it hard. There you go, Les. Oops. Well, Leslie's doing that. Get back on. Maybe Sandra, just for the sake of time. Sandra, do you want to unmute yourself? And when Leslie comes back, we can get her on. At the bottom of your screen, you should be able to hit unmute. There you go.
All right, sorry, I'm just like learning this on the phone. It's a little bit different here.
No problem.
So hi everybody. I'm Leslie. So my background is in kinesiology. I'm also a personal trainer, a fascial stretch therapist, precision nutrition coach, and a certified teacher for grades 4 to 10, specializing in physical and health education. So I've been in this realm for, 15 years now. I started in the gym atmosphere. Now kind of doing my own thing. So I started my own business about 10 years ago, Balanced Bodies, and kind of been going through, you know, a lot of changes over the last 3 years. My business has had to morph many times. But anyways, my true passion is working with clients with stretch and mobility. So that through the fascial stretch therapy. So those of you that don't know what that is, it's basically what I do is I help to create space in the joint capsule. So we hold a lot of our tension and stress and tightnesses in our joints. So through different techniques of traction and PNF, I help open up the joints, and that's how people feel better when they get off my table. So I'm really happy to be here again. Like everybody, thank you, Marg, for doing this. Preventative health has been something that I've believed in for many years, and I believe, you know, that's kind of what we connected on when we first met. I'm always teaching this with my clients, but now to be able to do this on a bigger stage, you know, reach more people is my main reason for doing this. And yeah, so I'm really happy to be here and kind of going through a lot of things right now, but I wanted to make sure that I had time to help you because I know this has been a passion of yours for a long time. So it's my privilege and honor to help you, and look forward to seeing kind of how this morphs over this month and over the years to come.
Thank you, Leslie, and it's an honor to be working alongside you. Leslie worked in my clinic for a few years, and I've seen firsthand her work, and it's amazing. So thanks, Les. Scott Hutchings.
Yes, that's me. So I am not in the medical profession. I am the guy behind Global Coin Solutions, and I started my company. It'll be 8 years in 10 days, actually 12 days. So we've been doing this for a while, and I started the company with two visions, I guess, two objectives. The first one was to help as many charities as we could, and the second was to put people to work. I've added a couple of other components to that over the years. Before COVID, we had staff with autism working with us. They just have a unique ability that us average folks don't have. They're able to do things that we can't do. And the second thing is that, and this has just come up more recently, I've joined the Ontario Living Wage Network. So I'm not in preventative health, obviously, but I'm trying to help, as I said, as many charities as we possibly can. And by putting people together at a wage that they can actually live on, hopefully I can help prevent some of the issues that low wage would otherwise incur. What do we do? We're the folks that take care of all the foreign currency. So Marg and I have worked with a couple of different charities. We've raised some money so far, barely scratched the surface of what is possible out there. And we'll hopefully, whether it's through connections that we find this month, or however we come across them, we'll find ways to collect more foreign currency out of people's homes and turn it into money that can go to some of the different charities that are in the preventative health space. The other thing that we're doing here, you may have seen it when you first logged in. There's a big QR code sitting there. So we've got a little bit of tweaking to do. We're not done with the QR code, but it is live. And what the QR code allows us to be able to do is you can scan it with your phone, just like any other QR code. And behind it is a mobile donation page. It's custom designed. You can donate any amount, and all the funds come back through Global Coin Solutions with Marg, we'll direct those to whatever charities it is that we end up landing on. But it can also be shared. That QR code can go anywhere, literally anywhere. And that's one of the advantages of this type of method of fundraising. So, we can use it on a screen like this, but it can also be used physically in the real world, not just the virtual world. So I'm looking forward to what we can achieve. So thank you.
Thank you, Scott. So for those of you that know me and those that don't, one of my passions is giving back. When I owned Wallace for Wellness for 30 years, we raised over $100,000 for charities that I'm proud of, not by myself, but our team, and doing things. And Scott, converting foreign currency that you might bring home from a trip that sits in your side table that you can't buy a coffee with, and it ends up in our landfill, especially now when so many things, whether it's a food bank or preventative health, we're going to talk about where we're going to donate any money that's going to be raised. Collectively, all of us, we're going to make a donation to charities to give back. I'd love to see it go to a few charities: mental health, food, all the things, addiction, all the things that we're going to talk about. So thanks to Scott's innovation, he takes those foreign currency and repatriates it back to the country where it came from. You can donate Canadian dollars too, but everyone has foreign currency in their bedside table. We can pull that out. We can convert that into Canadian money. Spread the word about the work that Scott is doing. We've already raised over $3,000 during a global pandemic when things were closed, and we're donating to local charities to make a difference on the ground. And so thank you, Scott, for coming and the innovation that you have with the QR code. But reach out to me, because we're going to make an announcement about where some of the money that we're going to raise is going to go to. So thank you. Belinda, thank you for joining. Can you turn on your, she is.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I am sick and I have pink eye, so I'm not in the best condition here. I guess it's just a little introduction. So,
yeah, I just say who you were, what your background is, and why you chose to be part of, and what you're going to contribute, and why you wanted to be part of PHAM, Preventative Health Awareness.
Okay, so my name is Belinda. I am a registered nurse and lactation consultant. I recently, last summer, started my own private practice because Georgetown didn't have many lactation consultant options or breastfeeding health options, and with COVID, there were so many people struggling, and I'm like, okay, I need to start this. And then I got introduced to Margaret from a mutual person, and she was just, we started talking, and all of the newborn and labor and delivery experience that both of us have had over the years, it was just, this is a person I need to connect with. So as we've gone on, and I've sent some clients to her that have needed some help in order to achieve their breastfeeding goals in my private practice. We've had a lot of conversations of things that could help the clients together. And it's that whole body, looking at the whole body of everybody and how together we can help someone achieve their goals, meet their needs, whether it's health, mental health, or spiritual needs. We need to work together and help them achieve all of this. So when Margaret asked me to do this, I was like, okay, right now is a really crazy time in my life with doing the private practice and moving my workspace. I work in the hospital as well, so I'm changing hospitals. And I was like, all I can do right now, I can commit to is a posting. But if my time frees up, I'd love to do more, but that's it. And this is my first time being on this end of a conference, and it's very exciting to see behind the scenes this time rather than just being a participant. So I'm very excited to see what this month is going to bring and further months in the future.
Well, Belinda, we're thrilled to have you, and your nursing background and what you're bringing for new families in our communities is really important. So thank you, and thanks for coming, even though I know you're not feeling well.
Thanks.
And all the water, and Dr. Teskey's not here to talk about the pink guys. There's many that are here. We have an optometrist. You're gonna get a list of all the different practices. Can you unmute yourself, Troy?
Sure. Sorry, I didn't hear you call on me.
Yes.
So my name's Troy Colmer. I'm founder of Sober Athletic Wear. First, I'll give a little bit of background on myself and why I started Sober Athletic Wear. Really, I had a heart for people with mental health and addiction issues or substance use disorders, and I wanted to create a business where I could sell some product and give a portion of my product or a portion of my profits back into nonprofits and charities and so forth that deal with people with addiction issues. But I've kind of expanded my business philosophy and mission to people who really are trying to get, quote unquote, sober from something. So that's my hashtag that I use, is called Sober From. And so Soberware was created to eliminate the stigma surrounding mental health and substance use disorder. By wearing the logo, it's an opportunity to share why you are getting sober. So it could be healing from abuse, trauma, addiction, a recent divorce, unhealthy relationships, bullying, loneliness, depression, anxiety, anger, so forth. So we're all really getting sober from something. So it's an act of bravery to try and step out and get sober for these type of things. And the stigma surrounding a few words such as sober or being addict or being somebody who has mental health can be a barrier for people to seek help and talk to people in their circle or family of how they're struggling. So that was the background for why I started the company, and why I wanted to be a part of the Preventative Health Awareness Month is because I had mental health issues and struggle with substance use disorder, and I started using alcohol when I was probably 14 years old to work through my anxieties, probably a little bit of social anxiety that I had, some traumas. I had a little bit of anger issues at that time in my life, depressive episodes, but I didn't know what they were, and I was never diagnosed with anything. And so really I was just going through life trying to figure out how to combat these feelings. And for me, I gravitated towards alcohol because it brought a relief to my mind that I was looking for, to calm me down, to self-medicate, to get away from these type of feelings, and to really just trying to work through life as a person who doesn't really know much about mental health or what was going on in my life at the time. So I'm not an expert. I'm not anyone in the health profession. I would say I went to the school of hard knocks and experience. And for me, going through my life and experiencing this type of thing, I think that I have a lot to offer through my therapy that I've gone through the past 10 years. And so my mission now, for the past 2 or 3 years, I've decided that it's going to be to reach out to people who are in the same position as I was in. Everyday people that you may not even know have an issue with mental health or with an addiction. It could be shopping, or it could be, for my case, it could be a substance. It's all different kinds of things. And if I knew at a young age the signs and I was educated on it, I would have known how to prevent what I went through in my life. And I think it's extremely important to educate young people about the signs of mental health. And usually what comes with that is self-medicating and coping, because they don't know what else to do. But if we can get to youth and get to people in general and teach them ways to recognize the signs, eliminate the stigma, not be afraid to talk to people, reach out when they're feeling suicidal thoughts, or if they don't know where to turn, there's a place for them to go. Well, that's kind of the background of why I wanted to be involved in the preventative health awareness month. I think it's extremely important from my perspective and what I bring to really educate at a young age. And so what I'm doing this particular month is going to focus on men's health. And I can understand, from my perspective, it was very difficult to talk. I grew up in the 70s and the 80s, and mental health wasn't talked about. Substance use disorder really wasn't talked about as a coping mechanism. So it was kind of a, suck it up and get through life. Don't admit anything. You're going to perceive yourself as being a weak person as a man. Men generally don't share their feelings with each other or their partners. They feel that they need to be the strength in the family and the house, and that's something that we learned, which is really a lie. And we need to be encouraging each other, working with each other every day of our lives together. And that's why I love Mark's slogan is better together as one, because I truly believe that through education, through the different methods that you guys bring to the table in your profession, as far as physical therapy and massage and all these different things that are available to people to combat their stresses and anxiety in a natural way rather than doing it in an unhealthy way, is really important. I think we can get the people at a young age, then our healthcare system is not going to be as bogged down as far as the money we spend on treating people who are sick. Rather, it's much less expensive to treat people early and prevent them from getting sick. And traditional medicine is not everything that we need. I think there's alternatives, and we need to look at that and bring that to the table. So that's why I'm here today. And I'm really looking forward to working with everyone that's on the call tonight and learning what you do and networking and talking to healthcare as we move forward.
Troy, thank you for sharing so authentically, so bravely. I've really watched you be so vulnerable, and that is brave. And I'm honored to have you with us, both from your personal story. I want to thank you once again for paying to have a snub. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be happening. And we're going to make a difference. So thank you. Sandra, I think it'd be perfect for you to speak next. We're almost done, and I know there are many people that aren't on the call, but I will summarize in an email those that aren't here. But Sandra, I'm really excited to have you speak now.
Hi, thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Sure can.
I've been having technical difficulties tonight, but I'm glad you could hear me. And yes, Troy, I hear you, and congratulations on your sobriety and doing what you're doing. That's awesome. And I know what it's like to share your story publicly. As my son has a substance use disorder and a mental health disorder, and about over 4 years ago, we started a YouTube channel to share our experiences. I am not a health practitioner. I don't tell people what to do. What I do is my story as a mom of someone who has an addiction problem. We found a number of years ago, when my son continuously was overdosing, when we'd go to the hospital or what have you, the support wasn't there. Nobody said, this is a disease, and there is help for you. And because of our experiences, that's why we chose to share our story, because there's such a stigma and so much shame when it comes to mental health and addiction. And sadly, it prevents people from getting the help that they need. And so that's why we chose to share our story. And because of it, I have met people from all over the world that are living in the same world as I am. And it breaks my heart because I know how hard it is. I'm really honored to be here with all you wonderful people because I think we're all so like-minded. For me, it's all about self-care, mental well-being, especially when a family member is struggling. For me, what I've discovered is that I can't fix what my son is going through. I can't tell him what to do. But what I can do is be my best self so that when he is ready for recovery, I'm there for him. I have resources ready for him. Until then, I will love him. He knows I'm there for him. And mindfulness has really helped me. I am a Reiki master, so I do dabble. As I know somebody mentioned energy work. I do some energy work. And I am so grateful, for mindfulness and the energy. I have my higher power is the universe. I'm spiritual. I don't consider myself religious, but that's a whole other thing. And it really helps with my well-being. I am happy to say that I'm living a joyful life, although my son is struggling. And I believe that is possible to do because I know that I've done all my due diligence. And I think this is really wonderful. And Marg, this is really great because preventative health awareness, that's what it's all about. Because I know for me, before I started to really take care of myself and, I was addicted to my son, I was getting sick and it was not nice. I did not have joy. I did not laugh. But when I started to focus on myself and my well-being, that's when things changed. And I'm just really happy to be here. I think that's it in a nutshell. So our Spirit to Live YouTube channel reaches people globally, and we are not alone. So thank you. Thanks for inviting me here. This is really wonderful. Thank you.
You're an inspiration. And yes, your YouTube channel is amazing. Spirit to Live. You got to check her out. Just before, lastly, Kyle's going to say a word. Joanne Rattay, the massage therapist who's Lymphatics Canada, is in the house, but she's having technical difficulties. So you're going to be able to see her information through the campaign. I have the privilege of working with Joanne. I've just actually referred a patient whose family member is dying of pancreatic cancer. She drove, this just speaks to who she is as a human being. She drove from Halton to Markham last weekend to do lymphatic drainage on a woman in hospital because her wish is to die at home, and she is unable to stand because her legs are so big. The family contacted me, I'm going to get tearful, and said, I can't thank you enough. That's what being better together is about. That's what community and networking and helping one another is about, and that's what I'm hoping as we all get to know one another, we're going to be able to lean on and provide these resources, these valuable resources that perhaps some families don't know about in all the different aspects of health and well-being. Like I said, there's many people that aren't on tonight. We've got another physiotherapist, Jennifer Veneroos, who does a lot of work with vertigo. We've got an orthopedic surgeon. We've got a doctor that's going to be doing food as medicine. He's presenting free in our hub. You're going to get a calendar. You're going to know all the people because I can't tell everybody that's not here tonight, but those that did show up, I'm humbled and I'm overwhelmed, tearful actually, that this is coming to fruition. So Kyle, if you can show your beautiful face, speak if it wasn't for you. Health Canada is waiting to put our website live on your website. And it's coming down to the wire, and Kyle's there doing the work behind the scenes. I got an email today, Kyle, from Health Canada that we gotcha. As long as we have it within 24 hours, it will be live. And, I think that it's really important. I want to be very clear. You will never hear me use the word alternative. I believe in conventional medicine. I'm grateful to be Canadian that we have conventional medicine and acute care when we need it. But I also believe in complementary medicine. And I believe in being better together with the patient, the client, the everyday Canadian at the center, to put them into the driver's seat, to be the CEO of their health. And because of Kyle, we're going to have Become a CEO of Your Health website very soon.
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire. I mean, a little bit of background on me and my relationship to Marg. I think it dates back to diapers, Marg, if I'm not correct.
Yeah, don't make me feel bad, Kyle, but you're right. Yes.
Yeah. We've known, our families have known each other for a very long time. So when Marg came to me and said, I have a crazy idea and an even crazier timeline, I said I'm in. So yeah, I'm working, as Marg said, tirelessly on the website in the back end here. We're going to have it launched. I think it's looking amazing. Melanie's been a huge help too on the copywriting, which is something that up until a week and a half ago, when I didn't know she was on board yet, I was semi-freaking out about having to do that as well. So really thankful for Melanie's contribution to the website as well. So I run a web design agency website called KaiTech, and really what I specialize in, I come from a background of working in sort of large enterprise technology, running some IT departments, and seeing what the big businesses and big budgets have in terms of technology. And what I figured out is there's a way that every business can have that level of technology. So I've been leveraging a whole bunch of different technology platforms, different coding structures that we're using on this very website that you're going to see, speed, performance, a lot of things that maybe won't be seen because it's all in the back end. But overall, what we're hoping to create is a seamless premium experience, not only for the end user, the people coming to that website and ingesting the content, but for all of you here that are on this panel and being able to contribute content on the blog, being able to contribute content to the email newsletters that are going to go out, and all that kind of stuff. So hoping that's going to be as seamless as an experience as possible, while looking like we're this multi-million-dollar production that we're trying to put on here. A little bit, I guess, on background on me and why this resonates with me. I mean, I'm looking at this from a multitude of angles here. My parents and the grandparents that I still have left are reaching that age where, health is catching up with them. And that's unfortunately because they came from an era where preventative wasn't in the dictionary as far as healthcare terms. So I'm navigating a landscape of an 83-year-old grandmother trying to get through COVID with one lung. It's a very scary 3 years. I then have two parents who, are basically trying to plan for their retirement and do all these things and go and travel. But at the same time, these little things are catching up with them. So if we could build a better health system and a better awareness that they could get ahead of these things, and I could spend more time with them. And then on a personal front, it actually took a car accident for me to realize that I had an underlying autoimmune disorder, which is not something that someone should have to figure out in an event like that. And then dealing with the fallout from that even to this day for the last, 3 or 4 years. So I think everyone here, we could have a panel like this going forever, and everyone could find a way to figure out that this system that we have right now needs to be, like Mark says, more preventative and less reactionatory. So I'm on board and I'm excited, and we got hours left until the launch. It's counting down.
Yes, Kyle, thank you. And like I said, I couldn't do it without you. And he made reference to the blog that you are going to be getting. If you would like to write an article, and don't be overwhelmed, it doesn't have to be a 4-page thing. It can be a short post with, or you want to do a checklist, or you want this website to live and breathe in an ongoing way, so that we can continue to educate beyond February 28th and in the months to come. So you'll be able to log in yourself. You'll have permissions to log in and write the article and be able to share it ongoing. We'll be doing email campaigns and all different things, because this is just the kickoff. And, I don't have any idea how this is going to go. I am excited and nervous and all the things all round up that we're just going to go with it and progress over perfection. And the good news is no one else really knows what it's supposed to look like, because I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what it's supposed to look like. And like I said, I was overwhelmed. I received over 50 submissions of people and climbing every day. The Ontario Medical Association president referred, previous Ontario Medical Association president referred Dr. Alfonsi, who came to me, I didn't know this doctor, and said, I want to do something on food as medicine. He works in obesity medicine and diabetes, and he goes, I want to contribute. Good on you. So we're getting attention, and each and every one of you are contributing, and that's why we're able to do this. So you've spent a lot of time tonight. I didn't expect it to go this long, but I want to thank you for virtual events. This platform is because of him, and allowing us, and what my goal is, and putting it out to the universe, is that we're going to eventually have a CEO of Your Health virtual hub that will be up all year long with different virtual rooms that you can actually use as an office space to go to the hub and meet, and maybe collaborate with another professional that you've met. So thank you for your time and your energy and your patience. Please share. Look out for my emails in the next 24 hours. Share each other's content. Engage. Use the hashtags. Tell everybody, is it enough? This is not about me. This is about a vision. I just am fortunate to be the leader. And let's link arms and be better together as one. Thank you, everyone, for your time and your energy. This will be recorded. I'm looking at your messages coming in. And I cannot wait to continue to chat with everybody, connect, and come into the hub. You can drop in anytime. You can hang out. If you're working from home, hop into the hub. Do your thing, and then if someone comes in, you can chat with them. So let's have some fun over the next 28 days. And from the bottom of my heart,